Good morning, friends. In the continuation of the general grammar, we are continuing with the voice. Now, the very first question that comes in your mind, sir, why should we learn voice, change of voice? See, the beauty of any expression lies in, different ways of expressing it. Any statement can be spoken in different ways. There are innumerable sentences that we speak in day to day life which are not in active form, they are in passive form. They begin with the object. For instance, let us say that if you are going to explain the method to any of your juniors about how to succeed in life and or how to achieve something in life, then you will have to start. Look, every step is taken keeping into mind your dream and determination. Work is always taken into account. Hard work is to be put by you yourself. Things are to be acknowledged and methodology is to be adopted. So all these sentences that were spoken in passive. Suppose you are asking somebody to fill up a form, then how will you explain? You will just tell that, well, read the columns of the form very carefully. So you may call it that the form is to be read out very carefully. Then each and every point is to be taken into account. The name of the candidate is to be written on the top of the form, and it should be in the block capital letter. Thereafter, the address of communication is to be written. Thereafter, your qualification, academic qualifications are to be written. Then your working experience is to be mentioned with the format, and all the achievement that you have in sports and games are also to be mentioned along with your academic achievement. Your expected salary is to be mentioned. So all these sentences I have spoken are in passive form. So till yesterday I just said simple present passive. Now look at that. How simple present passive can be used frequently into delivering an account or a speech or making a beautiful oration. Suppose you are going to deliberate the coming scenario the world is now facing. Now you can explain to the world that, friends, the global scenario is not very congenial. It has been observed. Look at that. This is passive. It has been observed that superpowers are in contest with each other. You know, there is an observation that these superpowers like Britain is trying to outshine Russia. USA is trying to outshine China. So they, a battle is always presumed between two superpowers. It is being acknowledged that the countries of the world are in rat race of hoarding and expanding their boundaries. The dream of expanding their boundary has been the reason for the dispute between the countries. So the things that I have spoken are in passive form. Similarly, when a teacher is explaining the things to the students, particularly a science teacher, he uses a number of passive, verbs while explaining any experiment. Like if he is talking about how to explain the process of evaporation or the process of condensation, then simply he will say that, see, water is taken into a bowl, it is being heated up to 100 degrees Celsius at a standard temperature and pressure. The water turns into water vapor. That is how water is turned into water vapor. Then again, water vapor is condensed. So the condensed water vapor turns into, gaseous form. So this is how, evaporation and condensation takes place. And anything that is now, when you are using internet, or when you are logging on to any site, you will have to explain to your juniors how you can reach the required information. So information can be gathered. See, this is also passive form. Can be gathered, can be obtained through different sites. There are different sites exploring knowledge. So you can gather knowledge. That means knowledge can be gathered through different sites of the computer. So this is how simple present passive. It is believed that people of the world are now getting more and more, spirited, enthusiastic about exploring the new world, and that is the reason why many of the countries have reached, the moon. They have reached the, many, planets. They are trying to build, colonies at moon. So it is being observed that the countries are in competition to each other, and that is how we can make use of simple present passive in explaining things. Like, it is said that India is a developing country. It is believed that Indians are hardworking. It is assumed that every child is talented. It is expected that education is the greatest pillar to success. It is acknowledged that people are always have dreams to become something. So everywhere you can use simple present passive, and that is why I'm saying that in English, spoken English particularly, can be better only when you know how to interpret the same thought into different manners. Now, let us say that somebody says this sentence, that we believe in doing goodness for others. So, doing goodness for others is believed to be our intention. Yes, honesty. People believe in honesty and call it the best policy. Honesty is believed to be the best policy. See how better it is. People believe in honesty and they call it the best policy. This long sentence can be said in passive in one beautiful way, that honesty is believed to be the best policy. How nice it is. And you may call it in a different manner, but passive is the best way and very simple way to express your ideas. Like you can say that people in India worship Ganga, as they call it pious. Ganga is being called pious, and so it is worshipped by every Indian. See how beautiful this sentence is. So the passive can help you beautify your expressions, and that's what I can just say today in this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.